Moving on the face of the deep. Poets are the unacknowledged legislators of the world. That's what the great Shelley said in 1823, published the year after he died. And what he meant was not versifiers when he talked about poets. He talked about all human beings who have the imagination and the empathy to conceive of an alternative world that's different than the one in front of us. And the role of artists is to allow that utopian energy to flow so that people are always in context, not just thinking, but feeling, being touched by an alternative world that's better, it's more loving, more compassionate, more all-embracing, no matter what color, civilization, sexual orientation, or class, to be willing to connect that struggle for justice with that need for tenderness, sweetness, and gentleness that you get in the dance, in the sound, in the portrait, in the image, in the building, and most importantly, in the living, because what Shelley had in mind was the art of living. And the great artists remind us that in the end, it's not about art itself for art's sake, but art allowing us to be empowered in such a way that we can adopt modes of being in the world to allow us to be more courageous, more visionary, more empathetic, more willing to connect with others. So when you then move on the face of the deep, you find yourself dealing with the depths of courage, the depths of vision, the depths of what it means to be human, even as you acknowledge, of course, that we all come from traditions. I come from a tradition. I come from a people, a black people, been traumatized, stigmatized, and terrorized for 400 years. And look, given all of that misery, how we've transfigured it into a delicacy, be it a jazz solo by John Coltrane, or be it a piano solo by Art Tatum, or a vocal solo by Sarah Vaughan or Luther Vandross. It has touched every corner of the globe, every person and every nook and cranny in the world, because the question is, yes, there are alternative worlds grounded in this world. There's beloved communities in the world of hatred and cruelty. There's kingdoms of God that have to do with each of us made in the likeness and image of God in a world in which that likeness and image is being dishonored, devalued, radically called into question every day. How great, how wonderful, how sweet it is to have the artists committed to such visions.
Hurricanes come from the home, I lead the fight. I walk us through, and if you believe in Christ, like I believe in music, we'll walk tonight. A revolution, a peaceful fight, a restitution. I seen the light, I take it to you, worth more than life, and I die to prove it. I give my life, and when I catch a shooting, my hands up high, I can't breathe pollution. I'm suffocating, my lungs are shaking, my mind is trapped, my heart is breaking, my skin is black, my race amazing. You promised peace, but we still up waiting.
'Cause when judgment